Happy New Year. This is Steve Adamko. This is January 1st, 2020. Wow, this is going to be a great year. And I like that 2020 because we need to have 2020 vision for the year 2020. So I thought it might be appropriate to go over some aspects of interior design, such as the 10 pivotal roles of a great interior designer. I'm located here in Portage/Kalamazoo, Michigan, and I've been a designer since 1979. So I believe I know a few things about this and why it's important to get and hire the right interior designer for you. Now, these are in no particular order. So it's not like, well, this is more important than that because every situation changes. So, for instance, a great interior designer is a strategist. So I help you decide the best way to get or arrive at your best aesthetic destination, how to maximize your resources so that what you do is the most profitable aesthetically, functionally, and monetarily. So I'm like a master of I should say it this way, I am a master of the little things, yet I never lose sight of the big picture. I will know right away if you are muddled in your thinking. And I'll tell you so. And I'll help you to create a more focused and in tune design solution. The bad interior designer just follows your lead and asks for his money or her money before the disastrous design results get tabulated. So, why would the interior designer follow your lead if they're the professional? Okay, because we're not talking about amateurs here, which I'm totally against. And there's a lot of amateurs in interior design in today's world. Okay, number two, tactician. Again, these are in no particular order of importance. All right. So I'm just going to talk about me, I guess, as a good designer or a great designer. Okay, because I don't do average and mediocre. I'm all about excellence. So not only do I see the big picture, but more importantly, I examine the relative impact of all the smaller components to make sure that each part of what I envision helps to create the optimum or optimal environment for you, the client, in terms of the proper look and ambiance. Okay, anybody can do a look. Most cannot do a look and include the appropriate ambiance to boot. So a good designer knows that everything must help, or there's no point in having it as part of the composition or the design solution. Number three, the conceptualizer. I'll help you develop a basic concept about what you need and what you really want. But even more significantly, I will work to discover who you really are and what you are trying to accomplish. Because a great designer, and this is what I do, I realize that the best concepts are about you, the client, and not about the designer or signature style, quote unquote, or signature look, quote unquote, that other designers may stamp on everything and on everyone they work with. I want to hear from you. I want to get the right information in response to my skillful questions about you and what you want. And I'll give you what you want if what you want is focused on you and the look and the ambiance you want to achieve. Okay? That's fair, isn't it? I think that's putting you first and foremost, but doing it with my expertise and vision. And the fact that I can see things done before they're done, that's a God given gift and ability. And that is employed for your supreme benefit. Always, all the time. Doesn't matter what the budget is. Okay. That's my commitment to you. Number four, master of timing. Or maybe I should say master of two different kinds of timing. How long a project takes to conceptualize and create, and the best time for launching it, especially in the sequencing of the actual design production. So I'm going to be there to remind you how long each step and task will take, and to make sure that each task is allocated the necessary amount of time and not rushed so that nothing is compromised in the final realization of your dream. Number 5, damage control specialist. Now, being objective, I can easily assess things without bias. I know what is superior and what isn't. I know why a product or service is really worth investing in or not, and why other products and services might be better than what you might be considering. Face it, well, maybe you don't know it, but most products and services are not the best of their kind. That's where an experienced designer like me comes in. I can help you in choosing and selecting the right and the most appropriate things. I know what to emphasize and how to emphasize it. So I am a designer who is a master of positive accentuation. Number 6, wordsmith. Now, who would think that an interior designer needs to be a wordsmith? Well, if you don't describe the project and the end result before it becomes a reality, you will be probably like Gomer Pyle. Surprise, surprise. And it's not going to be a good one. So, since I am a master interior designer, I do select and help put together descriptive words that encapsulate what you want to achieve in the overall design scheme, as well as to create and achieve an integrated look with the right ambiance. Very important. Most people miss it big time because they don't do this particular special thing that I do. You've got to create a vision with words before anything is started. You have to have a dream, a goal, a vision, which is articulated and written down. Because how do you know if you hit the target if you don't know what the target is and what it's supposed to look like? Well, you don't. So I'm acutely aware of the subtleties of language and how to describe what you want with a proper, what I call lifestyle or mission statement. And I use it as a measuring stick and a guide for each and every decision that is made, so that what is described at the beginning is what you ultimately get. No excuses here. I nail it every time, all the time, and have been doing it that way with that degree of accuracy ever since 1979. Number 7 represents client architecture and interior design. My job is to be the vital liaison between the client, you, as well as the actual architecture and the interior. And that also includes the chosen or assigned architect and builder, and to facilitate connecting all of them into a cohesive team so that the interest of all will be realized, especially yours, the client. Just as if it were a majestic symphony, immensely enjoyed by everyone. That's the way we roll. That's the way I roll. I don't do it any other way. It's all about orchestrated interior design that is like a symphony. Exactly. Number 8, candid friend. I've got to be candid with you. A great designer like myself, and you can say, wow, are you bragging about yourself? No, no. If you can do it, it ain't bragging. Okay. So, anyway, that's being candid with you. So, I've got to be candid with you. And I'm willing to fight any notion that doesn't lead to a client centered interior design solution. I am willing and I am able to tell you, the client, if an idea is with merit or without merit, and whether it will bring about the desired ambiance or not, so that you, Mr. or Mrs. Client, or Mr. and Mrs. Client, get what you need and desire, and thereby your dream is fulfilled. That's what you want. You want the transformation. Number 9, organizer. Well, you got to be a good organizer. I have to find furniture, furnishings, fabric, trim, tradespeople, and all the other myriad and number of things that the interior design business entails. My job is to oversee the design process, the tradesmen, as well as the installations, while being a worker in the process as well, in order to deliver the expected results of the projected vision of the interior design that we did at the very beginning. So my job is very much like an orchestra conductor. I'm acutely aware of who should be involved in the process of producing a superior interior design installation and just when critical tasks must be completed. Knowing this, I will also not let you forget either. Number 10, editor. Wow, is this ever an important one? Finally, I'm not only a master of great interior design, but of redesign if necessary. But with a master designer like myself, this rarely ever happens. It's because I set up the target at the beginning of the design job with that lifestyle slash mission statement. So we know exactly precisely. It's all been worded and put on paper so everyone knows, just like a floor plan, just like architectural drawings, it's on there. It's already been documented exactly what we're going to achieve in terms of look and ambiance and function and form and everything like that. So, anyway, very rarely, and in fact, I don't think I've ever had to redesign anything because I'm so precise about it up front. Now, I had one client, they said, well, I didn't know if I like this table that you selected, Steve. Can you find another one? So I found another one. It wasn't as good as my first selection. And they said, well, now that I see the other one, I can see why you chose this one. So therefore, go ahead and keep your original design selection the same as it was. So nothing got changed. Absolutely nothing. Isn't that cool? I think it's fantastic. So a master interior designer is always willing to redesign so long as it will enhance the achievement of one critical objective. And that is to deliver the best, most tailored, client centered interior design possible. So if I can be shown that what is suggested will help reach this goal, then I'm entirely willing to make the changes. Otherwise, because I am a professional, I might be more tenacious. I've heard stories where a designer was not confident, didn't have the ability, and was easily, for lack of a better word, kind of run over by the client. That doesn't happen with me. A pro doesn't operate that way, and I'm a pro. So everything about what I do is about excellence, not average or mediocre. So I'm very fun and easy to work with. But on the other hand, I'm also very strong about what constitutes excellence, and you won't move me off of that very easily, if at all. Okay. But that's what you come to me for, excellence, and that only. So there you have it. So finally, just to kind of summarize this, when you work with a great designer, you're paying for his skillful talent, knowledge, and years of experience, as well as the actual time he spends on your project. There is always value to working with a great designer who really knows his business. Certainly, he will know the realities and what must be done and how long it takes, as well as know that you may not have the requisite experience in these important realities. Remember, the clearer you are about what you want, and I definitely help you with this, the easier it will be to find your right design solution. But if for some reason you have to work with someone else, the more clear you are on what you want, the easier it will be to find the right designer and to work with him or her. All right. Therefore, reach out to me if you think that we should have a talk about your upcoming project. And you can call me personally, toll free. at 866-239-6520. So call me today at 866-239-6520. And Happy New Year.